Yeah, the love of airplanes for pilots, I think, it's almost inexplicable. It's the experience itself that it's the fact that you can't explain it, I think, that makes you feel the way you do about it. I know my grandfather way back had one of the first, if not the first, float plane in the state of Maine. Buddy Russell. He was one of the pioneers. I mean, he started in the late teens, early 20s. I know his license is in the first, I think his license was in the first 200, or I think it was 192. I know it was signed by either Orville or Wilbur Wright. I think it was Orville Wright. This was a big decision in my life when I finally said I was going to learn to fly, because I always had a line that was in my head that I believed, which was I thought to die in an airplane was a stupid way to die, because you didn't need to take the airplane. You could have taken a train, or you could have taken a bus or a car. You could have walked if you had to, but you didn't have to. A lot of the times you don't have to take an airplane. And I finally realized, yeah, the answer was simple. Absolutely, you can't live without this. I was very slow. I was a very slow learner. I kind of am an elephant that way. You know, I can do some boasting on all tests I've taken. I've only gotten 100, because I felt like I don't want to have that one thing that I don't. I didn't want to just pass the test and have that one thing go, oh yeah, I didn't know the answer that I sure wish I did now. The first time I took off without somebody in the airplane, the noises were suddenly magnified, the bumps were magnified. And for the first time in a long, long time, I had something that needed my real attention. It was the greatest thing in the world. There was nobody else there, just me in the airplane. And I think that was for me, that was the beginning of true love affair with me and airplanes. But there's also something very, very special about being alone in the sky and seeing a sunset there's no other place that's happening. Nobody else is there. And for someone like me, it makes you say, I don't know, maybe there's no question there's a God. For me, it's been great because when I became interested in it, one of the things I think I loved the most about this community was very evident to me very quickly that all pilots' favorite people were new pilots. They were so excited for them. They were happy for them. Maybe it was a little bit of like, yeah, I'd like to be there again, but I think it was more about, buddy, you're about to get involved in something that is so great. As great as you think it might be, you have no idea how great it can be. So do this, don't not do it. I love meeting that person, and when I meet them, I really try to help them, say, hey, don't dismiss this. Don't just say that would be a fun thing to do. This is something that can change your life. But if you don't learn to fly and you want to fly, you will have missed the boat. You missed something that would have changed your life. And when you come across those people and you can help them get into that world, that's special.
Congratulations, Kurt, on becoming a living legend of aviation. I wonder if the good people there know that you had me land your TBM 700 at Santa Maria Airport when I had only 8 hours of flying time, and that is a deeply irresponsible thing to do. And I can never wear these pants again. You're a hell of a pilot. Congratulations, well done. I'll speak to you soon. Blue skies, my friend.
The good news is Kurt Russell is in the house. Yeah, baby. And the good news is a pretty cool guy is going to introduce him. And his name is Tony Bill. He's one of our living legends. He's a sailplane pilot. He's an aerobatic pilot. He's a movie maker. And now I just found out for his weekend job, he flies wackos out of Santa Monica Airport. So for $50, you can fly with Tony Bill. Tony, are you here? Here he comes.
This is a real coincidence. Happened to me a couple of weeks ago, before I knew I'd even be here. I was online, and you know how things catch your eye when you're online. And it caught my eye that there was a website or two that listed celebrity pilots or movie star pilots. I thought, wow, that's really cool. You know, there must be a bunch of them I don't know about. So I looked it up, and what I discovered, probably to no surprise, is they were either not celebrities or movie stars, or they were not pilots. But here they were, you know, for all the world to acclaim. So I started thinking about it. I thought, you know, what is this about? How few movie stars there are that are really pilots. And they're all either in this room tonight or on your screen, with very few exceptions. There's only a few more, take my word for it. And I thought, well, why is that? And I thought, well, maybe it's this. You know, when you're a movie star, it's very hard to be humble. It really is. Everybody agrees with you. Everybody laughs at your jokes. You don't wait in line for anything. Nobody tells you you're full of shit. You know, nobody disagrees with you. They don't slap you on the hand and say, don't do that. And so it is very hard to be humble when you're a movie star. It really is. It's an accomplishment when you meet a humble, kind of regular guy, if you're talking about the guys. By the same token, anybody here who's a pilot knows that it's impossible not to be humbled when you're a pilot. It's impossible not to pay attention to somebody who knows more than you do. It's impossible to interrupt when somebody, you know, in ATC is talking to you, or your instructor is saying, don't do it that way. So it's a very odd conflict of interests or of habit when you're really a movie star or really a pilot. And very few people, and that's why you have honored them, very few people have accomplished this. It's a difficult accomplishment. It's much more difficult than you think. I met Kurt Russell 22 or 3 years ago when we both had the same aerobatic instructor, who's here tonight, Chris Joe Akums. And Chris said, hey, you know, I'm teaching this other guy, and he's really a cool guy. You ought to meet him sometime. He's in the movie business too. You know, I think he's an actor. And sure enough, he is. He's a great actor, and he's a great pilot. Take my word for it. And he's being given an award tonight for mentoring, and he has mentored quite a few people, gotten them into aviation and into wanting to be as good a pilot as he is. And in a way, Kurt, wherever you are, I'm one of them. Because even though we kind of started in aerobatics together, and even though I can kind of pull rank on him as being older and having started to fly when I was 14 instead of later in life, I've always wanted to be as cool as Kurt Russell. I've always wanted to be as good looking and as cool a guy and as a good a father as he is. And so, Kurt, it's an honor for me to honor you tonight.
Sky smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing songs.
Great surprise. I had no idea that Tony was going to do that. Had no idea that I was going to be up here saying anything tonight, because I love to come here and just observe. This might be the train wreck. For a number of reasons. I just want to say, first of all, this is where I come to see John Travolta, Morgan Freeman. I've never shook hands with God, but I'm gonna after this. I want to meet you. There you are. You're ultimately cool. Not as cool as Bob Hoover, but cool. I mean, and I'm below that, so we're good. So, no, I'm unbelievably, I feel like Sean Tucker. I could go 8 different ways right now. I could do a Lumshavak right now. I'm so happy that I decided to ask my mom and 2 of my 3 sisters, Jody and Jamie, and my mom Lou, and Goldie, to come tonight to see what goes on here. Because I think this is the coolest night of the year. I think you're the greatest people on earth. You really are.
Just for me to be here in any fashion for me is fantastic. I feel like a puppy with two peckers. I'm just that happy. And I think all of you are truly great people. Because I'm getting this mentoring award, here comes the train wreck. I'm going to be very uncool and take the shot because I think so much of this community. 2009 hasn't been a bad year. It's been an unbelievably fucking horrible year. We didn't get any help in general aviation from anybody, especially up on high. And because I'm getting this mentoring award, I've mentored a few. I'm a bad mentor, but I appreciate the Legend Award. I'm going with it. My grandkids will never know any different. 500 years from now, there will still only be 70, hopefully. I will have been in the first 70. I can't believe it. Don't deserve it. But I'll tell you what, if I'm a mentor, then I'll tell you what I'm going to make it my business. I'm going to try to somehow become a mentor to Barack Obama. Because we are not fat cats, we are aviators. There's a big difference between fat cats and aviators. Maybe we can make him an aviator and he can appreciate what we do. Thank you very, very much. I love you all.